Human reason is beautiful and invincible. No bars, no barbed wires, no pulping of books, no sentence of banishment can prevail against it. It establishes the universal ideas in language and guides our hand so we write truth and justice in capital letters, lie and oppression in small. It puts things as they should be above things as they are, is an enemy of despair and a friend of hope. These lines were written by the great Polish poet Czesław Miłosz, who lived through the Nazi occupation of Poland and emigrated to the United States. I've been spending a lot of time with Miłosz's work in recent times because his concerns are our concerns. How does one live through unspeakable events? Where, in such times, does the spirit find a home? What is the role of art in a time of crisis? On this last question, I'd like to offer a few brief thoughts before turning it over to our wonderful writers tonight. And I want to speak specifically about the role of the Minnesota artist in a time of American crisis. I think of the artist as a kind of prism or lens through which the present moment is refracted, revealing all of its constituent parts and revealing what the moment is made of. And our moment here in Minnesota has been made of so many parts and components. Violation of rights, mobilization of legal aid, violation of bodies, mobilization of care, tech-enabled surveillance, neighborhood ingenuity, Minnesota wind chill, state violence, Midwestern pragmatism, American racism, national xenophobia, the global tip toward authoritarianism, activism, human decency, the shattering of the First, Fourth, Fifth, 10th, and 14th Amendments, tenderness, kindness, neighborliness. It is in this context that the Minnesota writer begins to speak, begins to refract and reveal what is really happening right here. And this is especially critical now, as one of the hallmarks of our current moment is the repetition of official lies. But the Minnesota writer has no time for nonsense. The Minnesota writer has no tolerance for fakery or charlatanism. It's -20. We have no time for foolishness. And so in the midst of this American crisis, the Minnesota writer begins putting one word after another, like beads on a string, following the rich artistic legacy of the native people of this land. And with each word, each bead, the Minnesota writer speaks with the authority of truth and direct experience. In this land of pine trees and snow, grounded in honest speech, the Minnesota writer metabolizes events to heal their community. The Minnesota writer makes the present legible. The Minnesota writer puts form to chaos.